Might be probably a Hall of Famer. Hall of Fame check cashier. Check cash. When I was in my freshman year.
This is the Joe Gaither Show on BamaCentral.com.
My little college roommates down the hall at Burke West, they would go, J.G. Whitworth, all the time at me. Good morning, Tuscaloosa. How we doing? Good morning, Tuscaloosa, Internet World, West Alabama. How we doing on this Friday? It is the Joe Gaither Show on Bama Central, BamaCentral.com. We're live hanging out with you guys in the the Derek Daniel State Farm Studios right here off of McFarland Boulevard, and we're ready to get you ready for A-Day and the weekend ahead. Thanks to everybody who's checking out the Joe Gaither Show on Bama Central, on the Bama Central YouTube channel, who's checking us out on our own social media machines at Joe Gaither 6 on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all those spots. You can find us right there on the Bama Central Facebook page as well. We've been broadcasting on the Bama Central Facebook page for about a month and a half now, so appreciate everybody who is checking us out right there as well. That's really a great place because you can find all of Katie's great articles and Hunter's great articles and Mason's great articles, and you can still have the show popping up on your feed right there. So appreciate everybody who is watching us on the Bama Central Facebook channel, or maybe you're my favorite listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon. You've already gone to that platform. Hit subscribe, hit rate, hit review, and we love you so much. We're going to have a lot of fun today, or hopefully a lot of fun. I've got a hodgepodge of football notes, all kinds of football notes. 2 Alabama topics, one ancillary. Is Isaiah Bond an Alabama topic? No, not anymore. Is Nico? I mean, Nico's so almost 4.
Nico, I think you can make this. Might claim for more almost because you do have to potentially face him again.
So I have at least 2, almost 4 Alabama topics here, Alabama football topics, and then we can talk about the sports calendar as well. If you want to do that, you can jump in on the show by leaving a comment at Joe Gaither 6 or calling us on the voicemail line at 205-462-7340, extension 800. Those beautiful sounds you just heard were Mason Woods. We love Mason Woods. You follow him at MAWoods_ on the Twitter machine, writing all things recruiting for us right here at Alabama Crimson Tide on SI. Mason Woods going to be with us at 8 tomorrow, so going to have a lot of fun. First, just reaction to, hey, you're working 8 tomorrow. How we feeling?
I'm excited. I know that I have been not the largest proponent of spring football, but I mean, I'm excited to be there. I'm excited to be in Bryant-Denny Stadium, see the team in some semblance of action. This will be the first time I have gotten to see them live with my own eyes this offseason at all because I haven't been able to go to any practices myself or anything. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to hold to my word. I will not overreact to anything that I see on Saturday, but I will share some objective truths that come across. So we will see.
Objective truths.
That's what we got to be. We got to be objective on Saturday.
Okay, I like it.
This is what I am seeing with my eyes, and I am telling you what I'm seeing with my eyes and no more.
All right, I like that. I see. So yesterday's show had some positive comments on your end. We appreciate that. Everybody listening and watching, commenting on our topics, and I guess that'll lead us into. Yeah, we may as well go quarterbacks first, then we'll go players we don't want to lose in the transfer portal, then we'll talk about Nico and Isaiah Bond before we delve into calendar issues or calendar fun. How about that? So yesterday, DeBoer's on the game with Ryan Fowler. We love you, Ryan Fowler. The game with Ryan Fowler, 5 o'clock yesterday, right here, Tide 100.9 in Tuscaloosa. And Ryan, I mean, if you're having the coach on, you have to ask, what's the quarterback competition like? And I'm sure that Ryan asked this and knew he was going to get some, flowers and
sunshine and rainbows as an answer.
Yeah, exactly. But I do think that there's a little bit of a interesting piece here. All right, so full quote that I have. Here we go. This is from Ryan Fowler in the game, Kalen DeBoer yesterday, asking about the quarterbacks and their update. Quote, they're all 3 talented, and I love the direction they're going. Similar as far as being able to pass, and that. I cannot see worth it. All right. That's going to help better. I didn't bring my glasses today.
Old man Joe.
We're restarting here. Yes. Yeah. It's the light and all.
Is.
All right. They're all three very talented and love the direction they're going. Similar as far as being able to pass and that kind of being the priority as far as what they do, but also different in a few things with just how they get the ball moved down the field sometimes and what their favorite throws are and so forth. That keeps us from having to, because they're so similar, having to worry about changing who we are and what our philosophy is. We're just going to let the guys continue to compete. They do it in a healthy way. They're there for each other. They're also competing, love what they're doing. A lot of positives. I think a lot of what we want is that playmaker. I don't want just a game manager out there. If we're going to win at the level we want to win at, we want a guy that's going to produce, make big plays, and obviously there's a piece too where you can't make the big mistakes. We all love that, or we all know that, especially in the critical moments, whether it's in the red zone, end of games, half, things like that. So we're just doing a lot of teaching. Nick Sheridan and Ryan Grubb do an amazing job working together, guiding these guys in the right direction.
You know what that kind of sounds like to me?
Tell us.
And maybe this is my own bias, but that sounds like, hey, Austin, hey, Keelan, why don't y'all step up and take this job? I don't want to have to give it to Ty. I will if I have to, but I don't want to. I don't know. I'm not there in the room. I'm not there in the meeting rooms. I'm not there at practice. I can only go off of what the coach says.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you at all. At all. I think a lot of what we want is that playmaker. I don't want just a game manager out there. If we're going to win at the level we want to win at, we want a guy that's going to produce and make the big plays. I'm curious what the paragraph earlier right here. They're all very talented, similar, but that keeps us from having to, because they're so similar, having to worry about changing who we are and what our philosophy is.
Jalen Milroe.
Imagine like your first year coming in. We got to teach the offensive line 2 different systems. We got to, wide receivers. When quarterback X is in, we're operating this way. When quarterback Y is in, we're operating that way. Running back, like that sounds like a nightmare. And people are talking about. I was on WNSP. Appreciate you guys. The drive in the afternoon. I was on WNSP. I think Wednesday. Yeah, because it wasn't yesterday. On Wednesday, and they asked about the quarterback stuff, and they asked about playing Milroe in the bowl game again. And I was just thinking to myself, like, what did you want to do? Like, just like, oh, remember that part of the playbook we installed in the spring?
It's back there somewhere.
We're all gonna. Hey, Ty's just gonna run that 10% of the playbook in the bowl game, and it's fine. And Jalen's agreed to go on and move. I was like, I didn't like make it that blunt to him, but I was just like, I don't know. I think that there's
I think there's something to be taken
misconceptions from the fans, like a huge like not understand. They just think these guys are computers.
Sure, 1,000%. Yeah, there's a million different variables going into every decision that's made, every whatever it is.
But I'm with you here. Oh gosh, Ty, this is a call for action. Ty, this is
and maybe that's all it is. Maybe it is just to give Ty a little bit more motivation. Maybe it's not actually. I feel scared about Ty.
You got all these great receivers. Now, how fair is it? And here's another reason why the quarterback. What is he saying up here? Right. All of them are getting better, which is what you need as far as what I like. I know people want to know a decision and things like that. For us, we just don't feel like they're to the point where there's separation, where there's a ceiling that they've hit. And I think it would be pretty foolish to make a decision right now. We have plenty of time to still work through it and let these guys continue to work through the summer. Obviously, that takes us into fall camp where they'll get some more reps. Mason, would you want to run a quarterback competition without your best wide receiver?
Probably not, no.
I mean, and I don't think Ryan is seriously hurt. That's not what I'm trying to say at all.
Sure.
But he has been sidelined at times, not all the time, but has been bubble wrap.
Yeah.
We ain't getting you hurt in this full contact drill, my man. When we were at practice on Tuesday, Ryan was on the bike. Did he look healthy on the bike? Yeah, of course. He pedaled that thing hard, and the fan was going in the pedals.
I used to love those bikes. You just make up any excuse. Oh, I'm hurting. Gotta go sit on the bike, and you just get that gust of air constantly blowing up in your face. It was the best.
But you have to work for the air. You gotta boom, boom. You got to pedal it.
You could game it.
Yeah, well, get the momentum.
I don't think Ryan Williams was taking advantage of the same
the momentum. No, I'm sure he's going to be fine.
I think he will.
But do you really want to run a quarterback competition without your most dynamic wide receiver? Hey, how do you play with our best guy?
I mean, I think it would give you an even better idea of where you stand with your quarterbacks if you are kind of handicapping them a bit.
Oh, okay.
I think you can kind of play both sides. Obviously, yes, it makes sense to have all of your guys out there. This is the guys you're going to be playing with this fall. Let's get them all familiar and comfortable together. But also, Ryan Williams, we know, is beyond good at playing wide receiver.
He's open right now, wide open.
He is going to, he's going to bail out a lot of quarterbacks. He's going to, make a lot of quarterbacks look better than they might actually be. So I kind of maybe understand. All right, let's see what we have, without Ryan Williams on the field. Let's see what we have with these other guys in this quarterback. See if he actually is this good, or if it's just the guys around him.
Number 2's over there. Let me throw it up there.
That's what I'd be doing.
Oh, that guy. No. I think this is all to do with the transfer portal. I think
very likely.
all the language. I need to find out the actual dates. Here we go. Spring transfer portal window dates. I know they're coming faster than I want them to do. That is the period I do not want to deal with. Spring transfer portal
15th through the 25th
window. April 16 to 25 is what the Coloradian reports. 16 to 25. Yeah, ESPN has that as well. Okay. 16th to the 25. Oh my! That is this month. That is 5 days away. Do you want to talk about Kalen anymore, or do you want to go on to transfers? Because we can talk about Kalen and the quarterback. I don't want to move you off that.
No, I mean, I do think, most likely it is probably him just kind of saying these things in order to continue the notion alive that, hey, all three of you are competing. But also, I don't know. I think there are nuggets of information, like you said, to pluck out of that quote, that long quote there. Maybe some words slipped there a little bit with I haven't seen anybody get any separation yet. To me, that's a bit concerning, maybe, if you have a guy who's been in the program for 3 years now and he can't separate from someone who hasn't played or a true freshman.
Well, let me throw you a different theory here. Where does he say this? We still have plenty of time still to work through it and let these guys continue to work through it this summer. Obviously, that's right. We've already read the quote twice now. Is he extending the quarterback competition because Keelan Russell might just win it the week before the week before the season starts?
Possibly.
It's like, hey, because if you name a quarterback right now, it's only trouble. You're only inviting issues.
Yes.
I'm naming Austin Mack starter. Ty Simpson goes to the portal. I'm naming Keelan Russell a starter. Ty Simpson goes to right. I'm naming Ty Simpson starter. Austin Mack goes to the portal. I'm like, then it becomes Ty Simpson's the starter all fall. Well, Keelan's looking pretty good. Like, oh, did you lose your starting job, Ty, to the freshman? You must be a bum. And just the noise, the bad noise. Like, so you do no favors.
There's nothing to gain from naming your starter right now.
I just think you extending the runway allows an early enrollee who might be the most talented player in the room, gives him a little more time to, I can't make that throw here. That's going to be the last time I make that throw at college, but I can make all these other throws. And I
see that. I mean, Kalen DeBoer is not a dumb man. He knows exactly what he's saying. He is very strategically speaking on these topics and keeping things close to the vest, keeping that information under wraps. So he knows what he's trying to do. more power to. Like he should be keeping this information to himself. He should not be, willingly giving this information out to people. This should stay in house. But it's our job to sit here and wildly pick apart everything he says and speculate on it.
I will say that over the last week, I'm still in the Ty Simpson firmly in the lead and Ty Simpson most likely to win camp. But I'm taking a half step backwards into maybe this is a little more real of a competition than there is. Because I kind of think that I'm inviting you, Austin Mack, to challenge Ty Simpson. I'm inviting you, Keelan Russell, to challenge Ty Simpson.
I think so.
And shoot, wouldn't that be your best coaching strategy? Challenge all three of these guys, challenge each other. Up, the cream always rises. Yeah,
Need Kalen DeBoer to cut a Macho Man
promo. I would lose my brain.
That'd be so.
Who do you think Kalen DeBoer's favorite wrestler is? You know who he is?
I feel like he'd be a JBL guy.
Well, I was gonna go so he's from North Dakota, Minnesota, right? So he's a Brock Lesnar guy, Minnesota.
Yeah. I feel like he's a little too buttoned up.
Right. So I think he's more like on the other side of the border, the Canadians, the Rougeaus, the Mountie. He's going to be Lance Storm. I bet you he's a Chris Jericho guy, Edge. Yeah,
I can see
all those Canadians right there, right next to North Dakota. Oh gosh! So I mean, good job, Ryan. Great to have Kalen on the show, and you did your part. Asking the questions, dancing the dance, and hey, in the dance steps, I think we got just a teeny little picture. Oh my gosh, Mason! I don't want to do this next part. I do not want to.
I hate projecting.
It's that. Gosh! Next week, you're gonna lose some Alabama football players.
Yes, you are. That's inevitable.
Yes, the spring window makes my stomach turn.
Yeah,
I don't have any issue really with the winter window. Does it stink? Yeah, sure. We've talked about the portal being the reason why tampering exists and why it's a problem. But okay, you just gotta live with a necessary evil. Yeah. You don't have to invite the necessary evil into your life twice a year, though. I think that. This ties with the next part, Nico Iamaleava. Oh my gosh! But let's focus on Alabama first. Okay, next week, April 15th, 15 to the 25, or 16 to the 25. Is when the portal date opens. But I promise you, Saturday afternoon after the last day, Billy Bean X, Charlie Hustle Y, plans to go in the portal. Yep. And so when those announcements happen on Saturday and you go, well, the portal's not even open yet. You're like, dust really, they're getting ahead of the game. Yeah. It's going to happen on Saturday. So, fellas, can we at least wait till Sunday after church?
That'd be nice.
We finished the 8A game. We all write everybody looked good at 8A practice. We all have Saturday evening off. Great. We all go to church Sunday morning, and then you guys can put your name in the portal, and we can get back to work. My topic is, what three players do you not want to lose in the portal? Now, let's try to be realistic, because obviously, Caden Proctor not going to the portal. Sure. Of course, you don't want to lose Caden Proctor. Duh. Will conform, but you don't want to lose Caden Proctor. Duh. He's not going to the portal. I guess they could, but I would say those two names are extremely unlikely. Mm-hmm. Let's try to play some likely names. I'm thinking. I'm
looking at some of these backup offensive linemen.
God, that's exactly what I thought. I hate you. I hate you.
Great. Two peas in a pod right here on the Joe Gaither show. Oh,
man. Poe, do not break my heart.
Yep. I'm looking at him, looking at Olaus Alinen, maybe. Ooh.
I think Olaus is safe.
I would hope so. Rock Montgomery.
Because I think Olaus is in a real mix to start at left guard.
Joseph Ionata.
Joe, come on, brother. Don't do it.
I would think that you are hopefully pretty good with your incoming freshmen, your Jackson Lloyd, your Mike Carrolls, your Micah DeBoer's, but these second year guys.
Was it class of 24? Right. The 24 offensive line class was not as prestigious. We'll say that. Not as prestigiously ranked as maybe the 23 class or the 25 class. But I think those three guys are extremely quality people. And I think that they can all be good players.
Yeah.
And I think that they're the kinds of players that you build the bedrock of whether they become superstars or not. And this is okay, Joe, these guys just a teeny tiny bit, a little teeny. I think they're really quality people. And I think they're okay. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to yes, sir, coach. I'm going to be a class. And so I think those are the kinds of people you want. I don't want to see them go in the portal.
No, I don't either. That would be very unfortunate to see.
We need to
specifically that position group, because it's one where you need depth. You guys are going to get banged up along the offensive line. It is part of the football season. That is a position where you very likely will not make it through every game that season. You're going to miss some spots, so you need those quality backups there to step in when guys go down. I would hate to have to throw a true freshman out there because so and so transferred. Now I feel good about these true freshmen, but they're true freshmen.
I think we need to pick. I think we need to look at our wide receiver room, and the defensive back field for fears. Okay, so let me pull up a little Roll Tide, so I'm not doing this all off the top of my head. Alabama Athletics right there. Oh, the burn notice right there on the front page. What does he have to say? We'll find out later. That's okay. Roster. I want this by position. That's what I want it by, not jersey number, by position, because I want to look at these wide receivers. Because how many? I mean, you got too many. We'll find out. You got at least three good ones. We've ranted and raved about three good ones for all of spring, which maybe that is hyperbole. Roll Tide, I love it. I do Control F WR. Nothing comes up because the bottom half of the page hasn't loaded. It's like I know there's wide receivers on I know WR is on this page.
Who is making these websites for colleges? They're so bad.
Oh, we do this rant every time we go to Roll Tide. And
I refuse to go there. I will go to the ESPN website and look at the roster there. I refuse to do it.
Our listeners are like, it's okay. It's not that big of a deal.
It is that big of a deal. It's terrible.
Isaiah Horton, Ryan Williams, Jalen Blockway. All right, you can't count for me. Just do a count while I read these names, because I can't do two things at once. Isaiah Horton, Ryan Williams, Jalen Blockway, Jeremy Bernard, Cole Adams, Jalen Hale, Rico Scott, Lazia Brooks, Bubba Hampton, Derek Meadows. I feel like I'm missing one, but this is everybody that's on Roll Tide.
That's 10 right there.
It's 10.
And what, two true
freshmen. So
we'll say 8.
It's 2 true freshmen.
I don't think Ryan Williams is going anywhere.
But Bubba Hampton was really not active. I don't really know his full injury, but he was not active in the spring. I don't see him transferring out while still injured.
Probably not.
Or while we're still recovering. Tons and tons of buzz about Rico Scott and Jalen Hale. Jalen Hale coming off of injury.
I think those are potentially guys you may be worried about.
I am too. I agree with you. Like this is 10, and we're sitting here like, not this guy, not that guy, not that. Well, somebody's going.
I mean, I kind of look at Jalen Mbakwe again as a guy who might because
yeah, he
wanted to play wide receiver so bad. Good on you. You made the switch, but like, when's he going to get on the field? I mean, like, whose spot is he going to take in this room? He's not taking Ryan's spot. He's not taking Jeremy's spot. He's probably not taking Isaiah Horton's spot. When is he getting his reps here?
I don't understand it.
I would hate for Mbakwe to leave, especially after the whole ordeal after the football season or after the end of the season. But I mean, I just have to think that he sees the writing on the wall. I'm sure.
You don't think that's why he swapped from DB to wide receiver, right? Do you think he swapped because he just wanted to play wide receiver, or because maybe he thought there was going to be a logjam at defensive back?
Probably a little bit of both. I think he did want to play wide receiver. I think Ole Miss was giving him that chance to do that from what I heard. But yeah, I think he kind of knew his future. he may be getting pushed out here. And unfortunately for him, that may be happening at wide receiver as well, with the addition of Isaiah Horton and now the rise of Lazia Brooks.
Yeah. It was only 40 seconds of tape, 8 reps, maybe 6 reps, maybe. But that fellow was.
I mean, that's now at this point. Like, imagine, when we're sitting in August, where he's going to be.
Exciting. My man, Everett Osborne, we appreciate you watching us each and every day. Jumps in on the comments. Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton next WrestleMania. Oh, yes, I would watch, by the way. Oh, great. By the way, great show. Thank you for that. Randy Orton.
Everett messaged me yesterday to ask me who my favorite wrestler was.
It was Ray?
It was Ray.
Oh, well,
Ray
Randy's
was one of my 2 answers.
And Randy's mine. So, okay, there we go. Perfect. No WrestleMania match on the card for Randy Orton because of Kevin Owens' injury. We'll find out tonight SmackDown what he's going to do.
I hate that whole Kevin Owens situation. Seems like it's hard to tell. I mean, I think it's all pretty legit from everything I've seen. I think it's pretty like real. I don't think it's just a storyline thing. I hate that he wasn't able to release that information on his own terms like he wanted to. That sucks. I always hate just we are reporters, but like, hey, give these guys their moment sometimes.
Yeah, check out his interview with Chris Van Vliet this week. That was on. They did not. They had recorded before they had let the interview or let the injury news out. But there was still a lot of really good stuff in there. Talking about Stone Cold, talking about how he got to use the stunner and all kinds of stuff. Says my parents bought me WrestleMania, I think it's 8, 11 on tape at the video store at 6 years old. We were just looking for something to watch that night. And he said ever since then it was done. He said, I never watched anything else.
That's pretty sweet.
And he said, fans give me a hard time. Like, you're just a fan. He's like, yes, I am. I don't care. I love it. And it's like,
if you don't like Kevin Owens, I don't like you.
I had a friend who was like mild wrestling fan. We were talking about it, and because it was Monday that Owens was out there, or last Friday or something. And he goes, I just don't like Kevin Owens being put out there like he can beat these guys up. I'm like, dude, have you ever watched him? He's like a tank.
Yeah,
like,
the guy is he's a ball of lead out there. Exactly. Like, he's insane.
Like, of course, he's not the most athletic, where he's going to. Like, I don't know, but he's going to take a lot of damage.
I think he is extremely believable in that this guy can take a beating and still stay standing. I don't know. Yeah, he plays that part very well. The Mick Foley kind of Cactus Jack-esque role where it's just this guy takes a beating.
You don't want him in a bar fight.
Yeah, like he's awesome. So yeah, no, that was sucked. That sucked. I hated that information was released before he had wanted it to get out. I was just hate when that happens for any athletes in any sport, really.
I agree with you. All right, so one of these wide receivers, I'm sorry, is probably going to be
at least one.
What about these running backs? AKD or Daniel Hill, Richard Young, Draylon Washington, and Jam Mitchell, Kevin Riley as well.
I'm still confused why Draylon Washington is here.
I wonder if Draylon Washington was AKD or Kevin Riley, Daniel Hill insurance. Was we need insurance if these 3 guys are not ready to be college running backs, which I think Daniel Hill might be ready.
I think so.
I know Kevin Riley, County High Wildcat. You've heard or you've read this during spring. He might be the most elusive back. That's what the little line might be the most elusive. The guy we've got on the roster. Okay. I don't know. I don't see a lot of opportunities past Jam Miller and Richard Young. Honestly, I don't. And so maybe you sell Daniel AKD and Kevin Riley on one more year of waiting, or using Draylon Washington as that third because he's experienced. And I do think he's a man's man. People have been talking about him like what was it, Doug Martin, muscle hamster?
Yeah.
They're muscle. He looks like So I think
there's a reason he's here.
I think Kalen sees him as a cross between Richard Young and Jam Miller, like right in between them. But are we worried about any of these running backs going to Portland? Gone Portland. Not gone to Cancun, not gone fishing, gone Portland.
I think you can maybe sell them on the one more year of waiting.
I agree. All right. Defensive back's another big area where I think the numbers just don't play in your favor. Scroll up to DB. How many scholarship DBs? We'll play safeties and corners. It's going to be like 1 million. All right. Now I'm at the top. You ready to count in your head while I read these out? Damani Jackson, Xavier Brown, Keon Sabb, Dijon Lee, Cam Howard, Deshaun Jones, Cam Calhoun, Xavier Mincy, Ivan Taylor, Red Morgan, Bray Hubbard. We haven't hit a walk-on yet. Drake Kirkpatrick Jr. There we go. Walter Sansing, don't count him. He's a walk-on. All right, keep going. Any more? Yeah, that was it. So how many?
That's 12.
12. So basically 6 and 6. Let me count the safeties here: Drake Kirk, Bray Hubbard, Red, Ivan Taylor, Mincy, Sabb, Keon Sabb.
Yeah, okay, so I think 6.
6 and 6. Okay. I'm not okay. Let's go to the safety room first. You're going to see a lot of Sabb. You're going to see a lot of Sabb, a lot of Mincy. You're going to see a lot of Bray Hubbard. I mean, Sabb and Hubbard are basically your 1-2, and Mincy being that third Husky guy. That leaves 3 behind him. That leaves Ivan Taylor, freshman, not transferring out. That leaves Drake Kirkpatrick Jr. Oh, that would shock me. And what was the third? Oh, Red Morgan.
That's maybe the one you look at.
Don't.
Which hurts me because I love Red Morgan. He's such a dog. Like he is. He plays. He reminds me a lot of Malachi Moore, where I think he plays with that same kind of edge about him, that same attitude, that same fire.
You think he loves Alabama enough to stay?
I don't
Just
know.
loves the time.
I hope so. I sure hope so, because I do think he's a very good player. But snaps are just going to be limited. Time on the field is going to be limited in this with how much talent they have there. So it's a tough spot.
All right, corners. Go back to the top. You got Damani and Xavier in 1-2. You're not getting those guys off the field.
Deshaun Jones.
I think Deshaun is going to be ingratiated as kind of like
Good
a third corner.
All right. But I mean,
I don't know who the hell's transferring.
I don't really know if I see any of these corner. I don't think Dijon Lee's leaving. I don't think Cam Calhoun's leaving. Chuck McDonald's not going to leave when he gets here.
Right. He's not even here yet.
Yeah.
So are we playing transfer portal game for no reason? Are we going to only see over under 3.5?
Probably set that a little higher.
How much higher?
Probably 5.5.
If you go 5.5, I'm playing under.
Yeah. I'd probably take the under too. I don't know.
4.5. 4.5. I'm really hard.
Every time we
myself.
try to predict this, there's always one or two where it's like, we didn't see that. Mohamed Diabate this year, like with basketball.
Here comes the money.
Stuff you just don't see coming. We could see. I don't know. No, 4.5. Is that what we think? We like that a little better.
Yeah, because I don't know which side I'd play, over or under. I think I'd play. Shoot, I think I'd still play over at 5. I think you're probably looking at 5-6 guys going to the portal. You've got to go get a guy or two. You've got. I mean,
what are the specialist rooms looking like? How are we looking?
Oh
there?
my gosh! Get out of here! Why? That is an Alabama football question. That is an Alabama diehard question. Thank you very much for playing the part. Connor Talty is the
Alex
only.
Asparov.
Yeah, he's the only scholarship place kicker. Alex was injured in the spring. Asparov, but I think how many? Blake Dowd is on scholarship. Is he not? The punter transfer. I'm pretty sure came in transferred.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not correct.
No, I think that's right. It's.
Didn't you write his transfer?
Yeah,
Colorado
School
of Mines. What?
Yeah.
The Colorado School of Mines.
Somebody went to high school with me. Went there.
RMAC. What conference is this? RMAC Special Teams Player of the Year, the D2CC First Team All Super Region honoree, led all D2 punters, 46.6 yards per punt. Man, this is Kalen DeBoer going. Man,
I ain't gonna be punting that much.
NAIA. I'm coming from NAIA. I've done D2. I can get a punter from anywhere, brother.
Yeah, this is it. I feel pretty good about my offense. We ain't gonna be needing to. We don't need a dynamic punter.
Is this where can we penny pinch?
Yeah, where can we save a little money? I mean, what you paying Blake Dowd?
Nothing. You're paying him the Alston money. He's getting the Alston money that everyone else is getting, which I think is $40K, but like, great.
Yeah.
You're not.
He gets one free meal a week on coach's dime.
Right. And you get to use the dining hall like everybody else. But this sounds mean, but what would you pay him?
Yeah. No, I that probably is.
What's your value?
Not much.
What do you think? Do you think Kalen DeBoer in the offseason, when he met with Courtney Morgan, what do you think they talked about with Graham Nicholson and the money they spent on Graham Nicholson? How many kicks did he have? 3? Was he 3 or 4? Was he 3 or 4 last year? Graham Nicholson stats. And I don't know what they paid him. But I know it's not. I was
under the impression it was a decent chunk.
Yes, it was a. Oh shoot, we don't know what to do without Will Riker. We'd just go
out. Better go get somebody.
Right. I think it was decent. It was definitely more than Mason or I are making this year. We'll say that and we get paid okay.
Yeah,
we're not being. Oh, I wonder what that conversation was like. It's like we ain't going out and getting another transfer. It's Connor Talty. We only kicked 4 field goals last year. Look, he can kick 4 field goals.
A little kicker.
My sports reference is going nuts, so I can't find out what. Okay, there it is. Yeah, there we go. He was 53 of 53 on extra points. All right, a little more than that. He was 8 of 10.
Okay, that's a little more than I thought. I didn't even realize there was that many.
No, I didn't either. But they were all. It was 1 against Wisconsin, right? And then it was like all late. Here we go. Here's our game logs. Yeah, field goals. You were 0 of 1 against Wisconsin. 1 of 1 against UGA. Great job. 1 of 2 against Tennessee. I hate you. 2 of 2 against Missouri. 1 and 1 against Mercer. You made your kick against Oklahoma, and you made 2 field goals against Michigan. So 8 regular season field goal attempts, which is all right. It's not against you, Graham.
Yeah, not
anything. But we got to adjust our budget.
We can't. We're not paying this much money for that little bit. When you're not getting used that much, we don't need to pay you that much.
Exactly. Exactly. How many times did James Burnett punt last year? James Burnett. And by the way, when we get to his beast write up, he's one of 2 punters in the beast with a draft grade.
Love that.
Yes. James Burnett punted. How many times do you think he punted last year? I'll just tell you.
I don't even know.
One number, yes, and I'll throw it to you.
30 something. 34.
That's not a horrible guess. 52 times.
Okay.
48, 44,
48,
44, 59, and 52 times this year, averaging 45.4 yards per catch. So our man's Dowd is averaging more.
Sure. Hey.
At Colorado School of Mines, playing with. Who do you think you're? What kind of football do you think you're playing in D2 NAIA?
8-man football is.
I mean, are you getting the average Andes like myself? Like I couldn't give it up in high school. Got to go keep playing at D2.
I don't know.
5'10", 200-pound linebacker. Like nothing.
We say all this, and then we probably get it on a D2 football field and just
get killed.
Murdered. Oh man, yeah. Colorado School of Mines. That's I'd love to know. I'd love to go catch a game. It's probably a pretty campus, Maybe it's nice.
Probably beautiful.
It's probably gorgeous up there.
All right, Mason. Any other transfer people that you're worried about transferring before I transition?
I don't think so. That I have any really off the top of my head.
Because I don't want to do the easy. I don't want Keelan Russell to transfer. Of course,
sure.
We're all worried about that.
I mean, if we are gonna, I guess if Austin Mack feels he's not going to win the job, maybe he would.
That's going to put you in a real problem,
because that would be a problem. Yeah.
If any of the 3 go to the portal, you really want to have 3 scholarship quarterbacks. Whether it doesn't matter. Oh.
Now, there will be some more movement from other schools as well when this portal opens up. So maybe another guy's there.
But you're going to be overpaying for Drew Pine in the portal. And not Drew Pine, but
someone,
Drew Pine portal's out of Missouri, and where did he end up? Some mediocre school. But the point is, you're going to be getting somebody's leftovers.
Mm-hmm. Don't want that.
7 years ago, almost got lucky getting Garner Minshew as a leftover, and then Mike Leach wants to make him a starter. Great, Like that would have been like you got really lucky with a guy like him. Those jokers do not exist
No.
in real life. So whoever, if you lose a quarterback, you're gonna go out and find a quarterback, and you're either going to pay too much for him, or you're gonna find a quarterback that's basically a walk-on.
Doesn't really have any business being here in the first place.
Right. And so if you lose a quarterback, would you much rather just we're still on Roll Tide. Right there. Control F QB. Let's find out some of these walk-ons names. Austin Mack, Keelan Russell, Ty Simpson. We all my man Cade Ott Caruth.
You ride with Cade Ott Caruth.
John Cooper's on the roster as well from Mountain Brook High School.
You do the whole thing. We're bringing you up on scholarship. Post the video. Fans go nuts.
That's what you do for
That's
real.
what you do.
Save your Alabama money.
Yep.
You get your feel good video. You can tie it into its uncle, right? Paul Ott Caruth is the uncle or father. I think it's uncle. But Paul Ott played in the 80s. I'm pretty positive is what I've been told. Paul Ott Caruth. Not Ray Caruth.
And then you just ride it out. If Ty Simpson goes down, you just throw Keelan out there. Tell him to figure out the guy.
Yeah, he played at Paul Ott Caruth played at the Crimson Tide from 81 to about 84. 81 to 84. Great.
That's what you do. Don't worry about the portal.
Oh, save your dang money.
Mm-hmm. Don't overpay for somebody that's going to be on about the same level.
Let the money roll over for Keelan next year. Just roll it on over.
Sure.
All right, we're going to continue on. We're going to transition right here on the Joe Gaither Show. We're proudly sponsored by Warren Tire and Auto, and they have been a Tuscaloosa and University of Alabama staple since 1961. They're in their third generation of family ownership. Warren Tire and Auto is the go-to place for all your automotive needs. They've got 2 great locations to serve you. For tires, brakes, and alignment, you can reach out to 15th Street. Call them to set up your appointment at 205-759-5505. Or if you've got other needs, front-end work, engine repair, oil change, electrical issues, you can see them on University Boulevard. Call them to set up that appointment at 205-758-2739. We appreciate Warren Tire and Auto for sponsoring the program, and we appreciate you guys for checking them out. They are the go-to place for all your automotive needs in Tuscaloosa and West Alabama. Mason Woods, we're on the transfer portal. And this made me almost legitimately vomit yesterday. Do you know how many hours I've spent in front of a mirror going, Iamaleava, 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 Iamaleava? And I had a friend, a Tennessee friend, he diehard Vols. Like I wore his butt out. How do you say it? How do you say it? How are they saying it in Tennessee? I want to be professional. And I wore him out. Nico, Iamaleava, Iamaleava. And now it rolls off my tongue just like Tungavailoa, Iamaleava. You got DJ Uyangalele. You just got to practice them. Yeah. If this joker transfers out of Tennessee before we can beat him and he goes to Western Tech University, Carolina, whatever, for his $18 million NIL deal, I'm going to be pretty unhappy. You're killing the sport. Y'all are killing the sport. And Nico, you will officially be a major villain in my book.
Definitely. But wouldn't it be nice to see it happen in Tennessee, though? Just like a little bit. Just a little bit. Just like a touch.
I can't even,
you can't even take solace in that.
This is where all my principles collide. Is because, yes, I have real disdain for you, Tennessee. Real deep disdain for you. But I know that this is bad for the sport. I know that this is like active cancer, like active aggressive cancer for the sport. And I can't even be like, well, when it happened in Tennessee, it's fine. No, this is so bad for the sport that I will forgive the fact that it's happening to one of my most hated institutions. Nico, I was on your side as a high schooler. I'm going to agree to a 3-year, $8 million. What? This high schooler, $8 million? Yeah. And he's got to play. It was a crazy deal. It basically kicked this whole thing off. 3 years, $8 million. It was you had to stay X amount of time. And if you start, it was really structured. If you haven't seen the news and you're living under the rock, Tennessee quarterback Nico Iamaleava is reportedly renegotiating his NIL deal. Pete Nackos on 3 Sports writes that they're in contract renegotiations and alludes that Nico, if not given what he wants, will go to the transfer portal. Tennessee, I know this is the tough move, but tell him the number is the number. You signed the deal. It was a lot of money. You didn't play well last year. The number is the number. Take it or leave it. That's what you do, Tennessee.
That's what you have to do.
I'm upset. I'm upset. I'm offended. I am offended on the behalf of a rival, and this is a weird spot.
That's what you have to do. If he'd been a Heisman finalist last year, we may be having a slightly different discussion here. But he was aggressively okay. He was like slightly above average. He was
horrible in the game against Alabama. Tennessee should have beaten the ever living.
He missed a lot of throws that game.
Yes, it was still a big risk reward Alabama defense, and there was a lot of if that pass would have just 2 inches lower, that would have been a touchdown.
Sure. A lot of that. Yeah, he was not overly good this year. He was not nearly good enough to try to negotiate for a new deal. Like it's absurd. It is absolutely ridiculous. Now, I do, just to play both sides a bit.
Please give it to me.
Do you think that any part of this is a little bit exaggerated reporting on the actual situation at hand, and it was really nothing more than a kind of comment in passing from maybe someone in his camp, maybe his father or agent, whatever, that just says, they're working on a new deal with Tennessee?
Mason, golly, we've been together too long. Because when I put this on I thought, who leaked this news?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Nico's camp who, we're like, if you're Nico's camp, you don't let this out because this makes your boy look bad.
Yeah.
This is Tennessee's camp. This is Tennessee coaching staff. This is Tennessee director of player personnel people, in the office, letting it out to Pete Nackos in order to, are we doing this to get Nico back in line? Obviously Pete has a source.
Yeah. He's not making this up.
Right. Knowing and being able to identify who that source is might tell you a little bit about what's going on here. I think if it's Tennessee that lets this out, it's, hey, buddy, we ain't paying you more money. If you want to go to the portal, you can, but you will have egg on your face. The reaction yesterday was very negative for Nico.
I did not see any support anywhere, really.
And I mean, I think most of us are on board with these young men making money.
Absolutely.
But the reaction was, hey, buddy, it wasn't like he signed a bad deal for Tennessee for himself.
They did not sign him to some kind of predatory, Magic Johnson's type Lakers deal where it's they're paying the man very handsomely.
If the report is to be believed from 3 years ago, it was $8 million over 3 years. I'm sorry. That is a stupid amount of money. That is a stupid amount of money to agree to give to a high schooler.
For a kid who his room and board is paid for, all of his meals are paid for, he's provided ample amounts of clothing and things through the football program, sweatsuits, T-shirts, shorts,
socks, a stupid amount of money.
He is not having to pay any bills, and he's getting $1.5 million a year. $2 million. Would you say $8 million over 3 years?
Yeah,
so $2.5 million a year.
Right. 8 divided by 3 is 2.6.
Yeah. And he ain't got to spend.
We're not math
he really doesn't have to spend a lick of that if he doesn't want to. He's got no bills.
Throw it all back into the
Go get you a fancy car.
Don't worry about the markets. I was going to say throw it all back into the markets, but
maybe
up and
don't
down.
do that, Nico.
Up and down. But invest it. He's definitely turning it right back around into high level investment.
I'm sure. Yeah, it's
You didn't sign up to go to Tennessee like, oh, sure, I'll take 80,000 because I'm a little 2-star and I didn't know what I was gonna like. You were a 5-star prospect. Yes. You got the 5-star prospect rate. You played not so hot last year. I mean, here we go. 13 of, is that what I'm looking at? Yeah. 13 games. He was 64% completion, 2,600 yards, 19 touchdown passes, 5 interceptions.
That
I'm
is
going to see rushing.
very mundane.
You didn't add much on the ground either, my friend. For 358 on the ground, 358 and 3 more touchdowns. So 19 plus 3 is 22 total touchdowns. 358 added to your 2,600 is 29, basically 3,000 yards. 3,000 yards, 22 touchdowns, 5 turnovers. I don't have fumble numbers here, do I? Yeah, no, that's if you force any. No, you did not force any fumbles.
That's pretty standard season now in today's college football. I mean, 3,000 yards.
There's nothing special to that. I'm sorry.
That's like your baseline now. If you're not getting
Ty Simpson, 2,800 yards this year, brother. 28, 32, 28 to 30.
Like, that's just if you are a serviceable college quarterback, that's about what you're getting these days. Nico, you did not. Wow, you have not lived up to the 5-star hype. Just plain and simple. I was in that camp of thinking you were going to be very, very good, and you still have a chance to be. You got another year under you. We will see. But you have not lived up to what you were lauded as coming into Tennessee, what you were paid to be coming into Tennessee. You've not lived up to it. So you have no leg to stand on here trying to get a new deal out of the Volunteers.
I'm officially putting another straw onto the stack. This Nico Iamaleava straw goes on top of the Mo Diabate straw that goes on top of all the other straws that will eventually break this camel's back. I mean, we've played this game a million times.
Yeah.
What's killing college sports? This is killing. If you're a Tennessee fan, I'm clipping this, and I'm gonna look. If you're a Tennessee fan, I know a ton of you follow me. I know it's fine. Call the voicemail line 205-462-7340 extension 800. I'm serious. I went to high school with a bunch of you. It's fine. Call the voicemail line. Let me know what you think. Give us your takes on Nico Iamaleava. If you think it's a good thing that he's renegotiating or a bad thing, if you want him to get more money, if you don't want him to get more money, whatever the case, I don't care. I want to know what these Tennessee folks think.
I mean, I'm thinking about the little kid that's got the white jersey, the orange jersey, the smoky gray, all 3 Nico jerseys, and he's like, "Dad, where's my favorite player?" Or that is killing the sport.
I mean, fast forward 12 months of a above average Ty Simpson. I come back and I'm renegotiating my deal. Now, of course, you've got 2 good quarterbacks behind him, but like just hypothetically, it would be get the bleep out of here, bro. It'd be like
later, homie. Like
we're not passing the collection pay at Bryant Denny for you.
No, man, oh man, oh man.
That really irritated me to see that come across my timeline.
Yeah, I did not like it. It just felt, we say it a lot. It just felt very icky.
I felt bad I felt disgusting for feeling sympathetic for the Tennessee.
Yeah, it's not often I feel bad for Tennessee fans, but I don't like this one bit.
I say, brother, go to the portal. See who wants you. So
that's my thing.
See who's going to pay you this 2.6 this year.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some teams that want him, but how many teams want him at that price tag? It can't be many.
No.
Cannot be many.
Unless this has come from the Nico camp and Tennessee has said, hey, buddy, we need to rework your deal. We need to rework. We ain't paying you 2.6 this year.
Maybe that's it. I hadn't considered that.
And he's all like, this is unfair. We agreed to this.
That would be. I mean,
paper.
That would be unfair. Now,
I agree with that. I agree with you.
Players renegotiate contracts frequently in professional sports when they maybe don't live up to stuff, and they, will take team friendlier deals and things. Sometimes it's not like a common thing. So, like, that would be unfair if if Tennessee had gone back on the deal that he signed when he was 17 or whatever it is, 18 years old, a senior in high school. Yeah, that would be bad. But I don't, again, we don't know.
If you were going to sign a high schooler to one of these deals, you are the one at risk. If the player turns into a superstar bajillionaire and greatest player ever, well, buddy, you just got it at a discount. 3 years over $8 million, you got it at a discount. If he turns into a bum, well, buddy, you overpaid for. This is a lottery. You're buying lottery tickets. We buy a lot of lottery tickets on this show, but like that's what you're doing with them. And like, yeah, you might recoup your 3 years, $8 million value out of Nico Iamaleava, but
might not.
Yeah, and if
you play Ohio State in the first round of the playoff.
So we'll just decide: is Nico in orange next year? or is Nico playing
think
for
he will
somebody else?
be.
Has Nico transferred to Ole Miss?
That would be. Oh man, that would be something.
I lost my Jackson
Transfer
Duck.
to the SIP. That would be something.
We got your 3-6.
I think if he did go anywhere, he'd probably go somewhere close to home, right? Probably somewhere over California, UCLA, USC, one of those. Somewhere West Coast, probably. That's just going to let him quietly play football at 9, 10 o'clock at night and not have to worry about anybody. But I have to imagine this will get sorted out.
What do you think, Josh Heupel? Josh Heupel was probably hating this. Josh Heupel was thinking, when I was at Oklahoma for my $4 a year.
What do you think Nico is? Do you think this is a Nico thing, or it's just someone in his camp telling him, "Hey, let us handle this. We're going to get you some more." And he's just kind of along for the ride, and he's just, you
better not be along for the ride.
Does Nico Iamaleava just want to play football, and he's just like, "Hey, man, can we just get over this?" And everybody in his camp is,
you better not be along for the ride. It's your life, sir.
Yeah,
it's you plug in. If you don't want to do a contract holdout, you're the only one who can control that. Your mama, daddy, and agent can say don't show up to practice, but go put in the film.
Sure.
I do not like
it's
this
just
at all.
so bad. It's a gross situation. I don't like it at all. I still think I think they'll probably get it worked out.
You ready? You want to move on to another gross situation?
What we got?
Gravedigger. Isaiah Bond. Isaiah Bond. We left Isaiah Bond 2 years ago. He's been with Texas floundering. And I'm not even being hyperbolic. I think that if you look at his numbers, he's been floundering at Texas. Isaiah Bond turns himself in yesterday on arrested for sexual assault, charge 2. Now he's bonded right out just because that's the way it works when you turn yourself in. His camp released a statement to Ian Rappaport, of course, calling the accusation against him untrue. Regarding the accusations made against me, I would appreciate the time and opportunity to defend myself and prove the claims made patently false. I am in full cooperation with the authorities and will remain a willing and active participant in the investigation. Unfortunately, claims like this proved to be harmful to all involved, absent full review. I kindly request that all reserve judgment until the authorities provide a complete report based on truth and evidence. Do you want to do that right now, or and move on, or do you want to talk about it?
I mean, we'll see what happens. Nobody knows anything right now. I don't know. That's probably not good for his draft stock. I'll say that.
I've had a Bears buddy, love you, Luke, who last 2-3 weeks we should get him in the fourth, fifth round.
I'll pass on Isaiah Bond. Especially
no, we don't. We need a speedy guy, and I was like, no. The second he has a good game, goes and asks for more.
He's gonna get arrested in Chicago for doing something stupid. Oh
my gosh, yes.
Yeah, no. I would not draft Isaiah Bond. I wouldn't have drafted Isaiah Bond before this story. Now I definitely would not draft Isaiah Bond if I were an NFL team. And
the man does not love football.
Yeah, I just don't think I think he's more locked in on other things in his life than the sport of football. He's just trying to get his check.
He loves what football can give to him, which there's a massive difference, in my opinion. All right, so I don't really want to spend too much because yes, we need more information. But he did turn himself in for sexual assault charge 2, was bonded right out, and we will. I will see what happens exactly. Considered a mid-range prospect. Yeah. This Yahoo Sports article. The arrest comes only 2 weeks before the beginning of the NFL draft, in which Bond is considered a mid-round prospect. He made headlines for the wrong reasons last month when he pledged to break Xavier Worthy's 40-yard dash record and then posted a disappointing 4.39, ranking 9th out of 39 receivers.
Man, I forgot about that. That was embarrassing for him.
My man Everett Osmer asked us on the Facebook machine, do y'all think Alabama will beat Oklahoma one game in softball this weekend? You got to give them 1 out of 3.
I'll give them 1 because what our friend Katie shared with us, what they haven't gotten swept in a series since 20? Would you say 13?
13.
Yeah, so
that's a long time.
You're getting at least 1 this weekend, I believe.
At the Rhodes House, come on.
You're getting at least 1.
I'm with him. I'm with you there. You're getting the. I mean, Katie outlined it. If you've watched this team, they cannot. they cannot put a full 7 innings together from inside the circle. And they would, like, if you get Brisky for 4 innings, she's lights out. You get Caitlin Riley for 2 innings, lights out. You get what is it, Ailey Johnson for an inning and a half, lights out. It was the second. I don't know if it's I've reached the other batters have seen me too much. I've thrown
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but like Murphy is like having to stitch every game together in the circle, which I think if I were a coach, that would be exhausting.
Golly, it's been a very impressive coaching job on his part to have them at least even where they are right now, because you said he is just
I have to guess
piecing it together. Yeah, it's just
I have to guess when your brain is about to fall apart.
She can go for 40 pitches, and then we're gonna have to get her in for 37 pitches, and then the next pitcher's gonna have to go for 58, and like it is so down to like. He's doing a fantastic job with this pitching rotation, keeping them looking at least somewhat competent a lot of times because they're struggling to close things out more often than not, which is an unfortunate spot to be. But all that to say, you go out and win this weekend, you feeling pretty good about it.
You have to guess when you're. I'm going to use the word employee. That's not the right way. Like imagine you're a boss and you've got good team of employees, but I've got to guess when my employee is going to have a mental breakdown.
At any moment, 2 people on your staff are not going to be working.
Right.
You've got to figure out how to plug someone else into their spot. But don't forget, in an hour from now, 2 other people will be having a meltdown, and you've got to plug other people in.
And so you're constantly playing you ready to perform well?
Yeah.
You ready to perform well? Can you perform well another 5 pitches? This sounds. I know this sounds terrible, but for the pitching staff, they're trying hard. They're talented. That's clear. But there's just something in the. It's that Montana foul. It's just the thing that was obviously her arm was so impressive, but her mind was like a steel trap. Yes. It was like you're never getting in this mind. I am comfortable operating in my process. I'm comfortable going through my steps. I'm down 3-0 in the count. I don't care. Here comes a strike right down the middle. It
was like she was the only one out there every time she was on the mound. I mean, it was just they lacked that this year, I think.
Definitely. So again, the girls are going to be playing 3 on Saturday, 5 on Sunday, and 6 on Monday against number 2 Oklahoma. Katie Wyndham will be there for us at BamaCentral.com. Gonna be a lot of fun. Gonna be really, really challenging. Mason, I'll have one more topic if you got time for me.
Yeah, what we got?
First, we want to say thank you to Derek Daniel. Derek Daniel sponsoring the program, hosting the program. We're live in the Derek Daniel State Farm Studios right here off of McFarland Boulevard. You guys can call Derek and his team at 205-758-3391 for all of your insurance needs. Like a good neighbor, Derek Daniel is there. Call them today. Red, Reese, and Victoria are upstairs. They're waiting on your phone call. They're staring at the phone, waiting for it to light up. You can make them happy by calling them at 205-758-3391. They'll get you a quick auto insurance quote, let you see ways that they can save you money, give you better coverage. And look, it's the local aspect as well. If you're using a national company and you don't have local representation, it's worth it alone. That part alone is worth the switch. When something happens, I can call Derek. Hey, man, got a flat tire. Who do I call? Where do I go? And he can put me right on the path and give me real phone numbers, real 205 phone numbers, not 1-800 numbers. And so that is so, so valuable. So we appreciate Derek Daniel and his team sponsoring the program. Call Derek and his team, Derek Daniel State Farm, like a good neighbor. Derek Daniel is there. Call and see how much Derek can save you today. Mason, I think this is the best time in sports calendar. I think this is the best 4-ish weeks for any sports fan.
You may just have me convinced.
Well,
I was in
from the Elite 8 all the way through the NFL draft. It's just like banger week after week.
It is definitely. I was, kind of the opinion that I don't know that I can really give that title to any month that doesn't contain football. But I think the draft is just enough of a taste to where it's okay. I was arguing hard for September. I love September, the start of college football and everything.
Do you remember?
Oh, it's great. But no, probably got to go. We are, I think, in the midst of the best time of the year for sports. This is it. Like you said, it's just so many good things all coming up right now. WrestleMania, you got the draft, you got the national championship for basketball, you've got college baseball and softball going on, you got MLB baseball going on, NBA playoffs are getting ready to start. So it's a lot of really great stuff. The Masters are happening. Like, oh man. Everything.
That's where I want to end here with the Masters. Let's see, Davis Riley, right? Where Davis Riley? I want a Davis Riley. Davis Riley. Oh man, finished +1 yesterday. Man, oh gosh, Nick Dunlap had a bad day. Had a real bad day. Nick finished. Nick shot a 90 yesterday, which for you and me is amazing. But that is +18. That is 18 over par for Nick Dunlap. Not good for Nick. So not really a good weekend for him unless he has a magical day, like an extremely magical day. Justin went 1 over as well. So those are the 3 Alabama names that I know. Oh, I know Aaron sent us a Tide on tour, so he can let me know if there's another Alabama guy. Come on, Aaron. Where's your email for Tide on Tour? Right there, the Masters. Was there anybody else? Davis Riley, Nick Dunlap. Yeah, it was those 3. Davis Riley, Nick Dunlap, and Justin Thomas. So Justin and Davis are 1 over par after the first round. Nick Dunlap is up a creek without a paddle. Sorry, buddy. That's not being me. Sorry, I'm pulling for you, but that's a tough day for a pro.
Is it Ray's Creek that he is perhaps up? The creek that is also filled with our friend Jose Ballister's urine. My new favorite golfer. This is my new favorite golfer.
No.
I love this guy. I love him.
No.
I love him. Just said, I don't care that we're at the Masters.
There's a bathroom. He said, he afterwards, I didn't know there was a bathroom right there. Brother, ask someone. You're at the most prestigious place in your
He's on
realm.
A patch of grass.
In your realm. And you're just going to whip your Johnson out just for anyone?
He's on a patch of grass.
You're lucky that phones are banned.
It's stolen land anyway.
You're lucky the phones are banned, so nobody has video evidence of your fallacy. And then you're going to, not only are we going to urinate in the river, he says, it's Ray's Creek. Like all these places having it's Amen Corner, it's Ray's Creek.
I am so here for the complete disregard for any bit of pageantry, and I love it. It's so funny to me.
You'd be out there on your cell phone. I can say Mason would be out there filming people on their cell phone. You'd be getting yourself kicked out.
Good. I don't think the Masters is for me.
I don't think so either. After this
white glove crap. We're so much better than you because we don't have phones.
What's the guy's name? Ballestera?
Jose Ballester, I think.
Right. If I were his college coach.
From Arizona State, by the way.
Exactly. That's what. If I were his college coach, I would be furious. You're going to go out to the Masters and wear our hat with upside down? You're gonna wear my hat, our program. If Nick,
what are you 80?
If Nick Dunlap wore an upside down Alabama,
cool.
No. It would
be a cool hat. I'd buy that hat. It'd be a cool hat.
It would be a cool.
You hate Jason Day's outfits, don't you?
What did he wear yesterday?
I don't know. I don't even know what he wore, but you hate them, don't you? You hate the baggy pants when he wears the like really flamboyant sweater with like the pictures on it, and you hate all that, don't you?
Well,
boo!
It's the Masters.
I don't give a damn.
It's not the Lynx over here.
Care.
It's not Old Colony.
It is though. It is just a patch of grass.
If it were Old Colony, you can wear your Hawaiian shirt. I don't care. Like that's fine.
The thing, Joe. It is. It's just a golf course.
Jason Day on
it's
Getty
just
Images.
Grass.
Ooh,
it's grass, trees,
no, I like
and some
this.
rivers.
I like Jason Day's outfit yesterday. It's pretty. It's good.
I didn't see what he wore.
Black hat,
he
black
always
pants.
busts out some good fits. Though. Malvin Golf, they hook it up.
Black hat, black pants. He's wearing a white shirt with green accent, like artistic, just kind of
wildly expensive products. Malvin Golf, but very cool stuff nonetheless. But yeah, no,
you're an amateur and you have a chance to represent our university. Which I mean.
How many more eyes are on Arizona State golf today than there were yesterday?
And they all think they're clowns.
Hey,
any
press is good press.
This is a recruiting opportunity. This is recruiting.
Yeah, you come out and you say, "Hey, come on, degenerate golfers, We'll take you.
Did you see the Arizona State coach got kicked out too?
Good.
The day before.
What'd he do?
The day before.
What, did he cough too loud? Did he cheer? Oh, God forbid somebody claps.
No, day before. This is only a 1 day thing. He got back through or whatever. Day before.
He spilled his drink.
Party foul. You're not allowed to wear shorts on the course.
Oh my God.
You can wear if you're a patron, if you're a fan. Right.
I hate that too.
But as soon as you go over the ropes, you have to. There's a dress code, and my man goes out on the driving range to talk to former player X or YZ, and he's wearing shorts, and official comes up, sir, you're not in dress code.
I wish he had turned around and punched that man in the face.
Walks him off the course.
He should have decked that dude.
And he goes out on Twitter. I did not mean to disrespect the rules.
Don't do that.
I would never.
I hate it. It's so dumb. It's so stupid. I hate golf for that reason. I hate tennis for that reason. All of these, the sports.
Tennis, I'm with you.
Why do they have these dress codes, Joe? Why do they have these very strict dress codes? What do they date back to, Joe?
Oh.
We know damn well what they all date back to.
Restrictive access?
Yes. This is just so ridiculous. It is such we're going to put a barrier here because we can, and we think we're better than you at the Masters. I hate it. It's all performative BS.
It's not.
It's all performative crap.
It's not Benbrook in Birmingham.
But it is. It's just grass. Like, there's no difference. It's just grass. It's just grass and holes in the ground.
No, I think it's a little more than that.
What was it stolen from a different group of people than Bentbrook was? Is that what makes it different? It was stolen more violently than the other place was? Okay. It's just grass.
It's the hallowed grounds of golf.
It's grass that a bunch of really old snooty people told you is super important, and now you believe it for some reason.
Well, it's been super important all my life, so I know nothing different. I know nothing.
I hate it. It's so dumb. I like watching the Masters, but I hate the attitude of the Masters. The holier than thou. We're better than everyone else. Oh, you'll never play here at Augusta.
You're more of a Waste Management Open guy.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, I'm down with that. Like, I'm usually with you on the rules, but not at Augusta. Like, you can give the middle finger to the officials at other places.
I wish somebody would show up wearing a tank top and like basketball shorts and go out there to golf their round.
Oh.
Backwards cap.
That puts me in my boom mode.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll watch the Masters the rest of the weekend.
Whoever wins the Masters this year needs to pop the top when they win. Rip the shirt off.
Well, if it's Scotty, if it's
beers and Stone Cold them.
Scotty Scheffler is the perfect Masters champion for them because it's like the most mundane. Yes, sir. Thank you. Exactly, respectful. So I'm hopeful that he does not win it, but
Jose Ballester. That's who we're rooting for. I don't even know where he is in the leaderboard. I don't think he had a very good day.
No, because he's whipping his Johnson out on the course.
That's who I'm rooting for, though.
I'll find out. Jose Luis Ballester is 4 over for his round, and he starts today at 12:23.
There we go.
So we'll see. I'm sure
maybe he'll go number 2 on the course today. That's what I'd like to see.
If a golfer goes number 2 in the woods, but there's no phones to catch it, really Oh, we're getting out of here for the day. We're going to be going to A-Day tomorrow right there. And you can follow all of us, Mason Woods at MAWoods_, myself, Joe Gaither 6. We're about to hit end on this and record on All Things Bama. A new episode of All Things Bama dropping for you on the podcast platforms. Will, you got one more thing? You raised your hand. You were like, it's fine. We can
really quick. It's just also just the gall of this reporter to even ask him about like stepping over to take a pee somewhere is very funny to me. Like, just who cares? Why are you asking him about his urinary movements?
There was a bathroom that he could have gone in.
Okay. There's a bathroom I could go in at my house, but I step outside and pee a lot.
Into the holy water? Into the holy water of your holy creek?
We unfortunately, I can't get to the creek. It's on the back side of the property. It'd be quite the walk to it. There is one though. I could channel my inner ballaster.
No, you use the bathroom on the course at the links. Not at Augusta.
Do anything you want at Augusta. Somewhere else. Just grass.
All right, we're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow at 8 a.m. We appreciate everybody for joining us today on the Joe Gaither Show, Bama Central, BamaCentral.com. We'll see you on Monday. Oh, man, we'll Theo Fernandez on Monday right here on the Joe Gaither Show.
Thanks for joining us on today's edition of the Joe Gaither Show on Bama Central. Keep up with Joe on all his social media pages at Joe Gaither6. Subscribe, rate, and review the show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and be sure to read us daily at BamaCentral.com.